Warning, the following video is presented in spooky vision, which means all images will be accompanied by pictures of Amy Schumer.
The new Halloween. This was honestly better than I thought it was going to be. Going into it, I was expecting a decent movie, but nothing amazing, but hey, I was open to a few surprises, but I was not expecting it to be this good. If you're a fan of the Halloween series, you will love this movie. Now, right off the bat, the biggest thing to talk about is the new timeline. For those who don't know, this is a soft reboot. The original film has still happened, the Halloween from 1978, but now its sequel, 4, 5, and 6, as well as H2O and Resurrection, none of those count anymore. This is essentially the franchise's 4th or 5th new timeline, and it actually uses it really well. Instead of focusing on what happened to Laurie immediately after the original film, it instead focuses on her 40 years later, the impact on her family, herself, her granddaughter, and those are actually some really well-handled characters. In fact, I'd even dare say these are the strong female characters that a lot of so-called media critics these days are saying Hollywood doesn't produce enough of. And Michael himself, oh man, they got the right actor to make this guy intimidating. I mean, for a guy who never says a word, just like any other horror icon that never gets old, he steals the show whenever he's on screen. And don't worry, the movie is actually pretty atmospheric and at times has some solid scares in it, because thankfully this has been a return to slow burn horror. I'm not joking, it takes its time, it builds up atmosphere, it never relies on simple blah jump scares in order to scare you. No, it actually plays it up. But with that being said, that does lead into the movie's biggest weakness, and that, just like the original, it is a little too slow to get going. When it gets going, oh yeah, it's great, and it's not afraid to even show up some gore that the first film wouldn't have done, but it can be slow, which is unfortunate. And the music, oh, the music is a treasure. I sat through the credits of this just to not only see the potential post-credit scene, but also because I love the new remix of the original theme. Like, getting John Carpenter to come back and do the music for this, that was just the best decision Blumhouse could have made for this movie. And the fan service, oh man, okay. The fan service in this is not like in The Last Jedi at all. Okay, it's not constantly being bombarded into your face and just making you go, oh god, just go on to something else. No, no, no. The fan service is very subtle, and you'll only notice if you're a genuine fan of any of the prior films. From the recreation of the car crash scene from Halloween 2, to seeing the silver shamrock mask from Halloween 3. No joke, I had a giant grin on my face as soon as I saw those. But with that being said, the movie really doesn't have a lot to offer people who aren't either fans of Halloween or fans of horror like myself. That doesn't mean they can't enjoy it, but you're not exactly going to enjoy it as much or really appreciate the return to slow burn or even the fan service. As far as franchise reboots go, this is definitely one of the better ones. It may wipe the slate clean for the third or fourth time, but it's ultimately forgivable thanks to its level of quality, and I am genuinely interested in seeing what Blumhouse does with this new timeline, and whether or not they bring back elements from the Thorn trilogy or the Resurrection timeline. That'll be interesting to see. And it's also a good sign that maybe, just maybe, we're going to see a return to good old-fashioned, slow burn horror that's permeated with plenty of gore like back in the 80s. We can only dream.
Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was awesome to finally get it done. If you really liked it, then please feel free to subscribe to the channel. I don't know what movie I'm going to review next, but I've been seeing some Christmas themed stuff on Netflix that I think I might check out. And for gaming videos,